podcast. My name is Harrison. You might know me online as Rowix, and I'm joined, as always, by friend and co-host.
This is Sheldon. You probably know me as Captain Nova.
Hello. How are you doing today?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
No, it's a Tuesday that feels like a Monday. That was how work went this week, or today for me.
I get that.
Yeah, and yesterday felt like a Monday too.
My phrase today has been, at least it's not Monday.
But what I just said, it feels like a heckin' Monday.
It feels like it, but it's not. We're one day closer to the weekend, at least.
Yeah, that's true. I'll give you that. So how's everything? I don't know. We hit record and I'm suddenly feeling just blank.
I get
that's
that.
Fun. Yeah.
Things are good. We had some Pokemon events this weekend. We had some fun stream games to watch.
Yeah, did you watch any of them?
I did.
You did?
Stockholm, not live, right? But I caught the VODs. But
okay. Yeah, I watched Stockholm. Actually, I have a very funny story about me watching the home day 2 quiz is what I ended up watching, and I think maybe the first top 4. But because I was stuck doing something, I did something insanely dumb. So quick story time for the fun of it.
Right.
While I was in Japan, I got a really nice knife, like a kitchen knife, a Santoku style cooking knife. Super nice. The problem is, it's a super nice knife, and I went to go use it. Sunday was Mother's Day, which was super fun. So I was like, "Ooh, let me take the knife too," because we went to both parents' house, mine and my in-laws, and I was like, I'll take the knife, and I'll like show off the knife while the plan was to cook for them, like breakfast and lunch. And I was like, "Oh, let me do this." So I took the knife, and I was like, "I'm gonna sharpen it real quick," but I did the dumb thing. I took like a cheap, quick little just like hold and like sharpener with like the V sharpening stones. Yeah. And I took it and I did one swipe along and I chipped that edge so bad.
Oh no.
It became a serrated knife. And I was like, that's not good. That's very not good. So I very sadly did not take the knife. And I was like, I'm going to have to spend a lot of time with a whetstone to put a new edge on that knife. So we did stuff with family, came back, it was a great time, told that story. And then I was like, I'm going to put on Stockholm on the TV to get out my whetstone set and just go to town. How long do you think it took me to re-edge that knife?
4 hours.
3. Almost 4. It felt like it was, if I didn't went too long, like much longer I was going to, but I had to grind a brand new edge, take the chips out. It was a humbling experience.
No, I'm sure. Tedious too.
I have learned my lesson. Now, knife wicked sharp. It's lovely blade on that. The edge on that.
Won't be used in a cheap little kitchen knife sharpener. I'm never
using that little knife sharpener again. I cannot believe that I A, did that, and B, that it went so bad. So anyway, that's how I watched Stockholm.
Nice.
And pun intended, it felt like I got used to the action of like using the whetstone on the knife. It was kind of relaxing. It was my own personal Stockholm syndrome. That was a great setup for that. Really,
I'm sure everybody's laughing right now at home, just giggling something.
If you found that terrible joke funny, if you chuckled to yourself, let me know down below. I would appreciate that. If you sighed, if you're like oh or groaned, yeah, I want to know that too. Thank you.
How many times did you make that joke?
Actually, it just came to me. Yeah, I told the joke to some coworkers. I told the story to some coworkers. And that's it didn't come to me until just now. So I gotta go back and say that too. It'll be great. But anyway, it was fun. I really enjoyed the what I saw on the stream. I did kind of like skip through some of the in between match stuff when I didn't have my hands full of iron.
It's understandable. Dust. There's a lot of dead airspace.
Yeah.
With the.
I guess there was even one time they couldn't even do the interview, which I don't know what that's all about. But I was like, whatever. But I really enjoyed that the first match of day 2 stream was a complete mirror match. That was super fun. And I don't actually know, so I've not looked at the standing, how Stockholm went. So shall we just dive into it?
Let's go for it.
All right, Stockholm Regional. Stockholm Regional happened this past weekend, 11th through 12th of May, in Stockholm. And there are 256 players, which I think that's a cutoff. Like I think they just hit a kicker. I'm gonna double check that because I'm very curious.
Sounds right.
That's
Definitely on the lower end from what we're used to nowadays.
Yeah, that's true. Shockingly small almost. Oh, that's not paid. Come on. That's equal. No, fine. Give me the payouts. Anyway, it was still nine Swiss rounds on day 1, and then 5 to top 30. I'm sorry, they did day 2 Swiss was top 32, and then top 8 single elimination at the end. Okay, so that's a little different than normal, right? I want to say that's a little different. Yes. Pokemon Regional Championship points. No, 2. Wait.
Yeah.
256 is a kicker. Yes. So that means that the top 1 got 40 points. So cool. So literally half.
Yeah, that's good for them though.
Half people got it. Yeah, that is really cool. I would like to go to a 250.
Yeah.
More chance to get the few points that I would ever have. But anyway, it looks like Michelle. It wasn't Michael. I think they were saying Michelle. Michelle.
Yeah, Michelle. I think it's how they pronounce it. Michelle.
Kelch.
Michelle Kelch.
Yeah. Dot thing. 1. Wow, man. My brain just shut off.
Michelle, they won.
They won.
With good old Doggo.
Yeah, with Zamazenta doing work. Like Zamazenta came in droves. I want to say one of the graphics here.
2 in Top Cut.
There's 2 in Top Cut. Day 2. Oh, lost page. My gosh.
So day 2 stats for it. It was a quarter of the field.
It was a quarter of the field. That is absolutely wild. Yeah, 25% usage, followed by 21.9, 22% usage of Ice Horse.
Yep.
And I'm sad, personally, that Kyogre and Groudon were only at 3.1% usage, which I think is one person.
One person, same as Zacian.
And Zacian, too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so Sword Doggo being so low, Shield Doggo being so high. Holy crap. That's
a complete flip from Sword and Shield.
Sword and Shield, yeah. I saw a bunch of like people on Twitter talking about like it's almost the same thing as like the Miraidon apology form that was last week. But it's like, oh wow, look at Zacian. Sorry, yeah, Zamazenta doing work now compared to where it was in Sword and Shield.
I feel like a lot of us kind of probably expected it to do better in Sword and Shield or in Scarlet and Violet here than Sword and Shield and Zamazenta anyways. Just because, take away Dynamax, super bulky.
Yeah,
and it got body press. So it didn't have body press in Sword and Shield.
Which I keep forgetting about. Like, body press seems like such an obvious...
If it had body press in Sword and Shield, you probably would have seen it a lot more.
Yeah, that's probably very true. And I think that must be like why they did what they did and gave it body press, because it makes sense. B, like,
because if usage. If it didn't get body press, you probably would never see it.
Yeah,
like, that's the kind of short of why it's so popular now. But it makes sense. It's really good, really strong. Stats are insane on it. Getting a +1 to defense as soon as you get in.
Now, I saw only a handful of these Doggo matches. For both Zamazenta and Zacian, right, with the change to their ability where it's only the first time they pop into the field, how often are people switching them out?
It doesn't feel as bad for the Zamazenta. So you'll see it switched out more.
That makes sense to me, because I think the plus in defense for Zamazenta means less than losing the +1 attack for Zacian.
Yes, for sure. It was with Zacian too, you can intimidate it. Like, it's real easy to get rid of that boost.
Oh, good point. Yeah, I mean, well, at that point, your intimidate just puts it at 0.
Neutral, yeah.
Which is nice, still.
But yeah, but its boost is fragile, because you can't put a clear amulet on it and get the crown form. So what if the rusted sword or whatever the item is gives it like clear amulet force attack, like just for that would be so weird. Yeah, it would be weird, because there's not an equivalent that you can give Zamazenta. But like, I feel like it kind of needs it right now. Like it needs some kind of buff, because you partner it with some Defiant Mon or Contrary Mon. I think we got I think we got a better chance of seeing Zacian more when we have 2 Restrictives. Yeah. I think it'll open it up for it a little bit more than what we have right now. Because right now, because they mentioned a lot in the stream too, but like, it's Defend the King. kind
of play style right now. Like you have your one restricted. And so your whole game plan has to go around protecting it, making sure it can do its thing.
Yep. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, that's exactly right. Because when it comes to single restricted archetypes, you need to play a restricted, or you're not gonna be doing well. And then otherwise, you're just forfeiting so much BST.
Yeah.
Right.
So much stats, so many stats that you miss out on if anything that's not a restricted right now.
Which also is my looking at stuff like Terapagos, right?
Yeah.
You have to Dynamax. Wow. You have to terastallize it, or you're leaving BST on the table.
Yes. Yeah, because it gains a ton of stats whenever it.
Yeah, that's a huge difference. But yeah, so.
But speaking of Terapagos, it came in second. Yeah. Joji Kaida. Let's see, he had a pretty standard Terapagos team here, the Specs Terapagos, with Tornadus, Ogerpon, Cornerstone, Fluttermane, Amoonguss, and Chi-Yu.
Yeah, I mean, Chi-Yu next to Turtle.
Lots of damage.
Wow.
Fluttermane with Turtle, like it's got a lot of good stuff, a lot of damage coming at you. 2 redirection and speed control. So like what we're saying, protect the king, because that's all this is. This is make the king go faster, make the king do more damage, make the king, redirect from the king.
Yeah, literally each one of these other 5 Pokemon on this team have something to directly assist Terapagos, right? Like you said, you have Tailwind, I heard that. Tailwind, you have Cornerstone for redirect, you have Fluttermane for Icy Wind to try and change the speed that way. You have redirect and Amoonguss, and you have Chi-Yu for beating Chi-Yu. Right? Yep. Beads of Ruins are going to do a ton for that turtle.
And Turtle does a lot of damage with Specs. It was
fun to see. I'm pretty sure it was Joji in Swiss Day 2 did click Hyper Beam. Clicking Hyper Beam on that turtle and
onto
just
Ice Horse.
Yeah, wanting that thing gone.
Yeah,
very nice.
You're deleting something with the Hyper Beam with that, especially after a Terra, so you get a Terra Stellar boost to it too. It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it is bizarre. Like
150 base power move.
And then left turtle in that next turn to charge. Like didn't even have to worry about it going.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, you got rid of the restricted, so like threat's gone. It did its job.
Gone. Yeah, correct. So
did you watch the finals?
I did not watch the finals, so I do want to go back and watch that because
you should.
That seems like it's gonna be a really fun match to see there. Because I like seeing so it was Michelle against.
So Michelle won 2-0 in the finals.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I had a problem. I think. I mean, I don't know, just from watching it, because I watched it just today, like a little bit before we came on here, and I feel like Joji I don't know if he tilted.
Really?
At the end, his Chi-Yu betrayed him multiple times.
Yeah.
Missed Heat Wave, missed an Overheat. But there was because he was at a point, I'm pretty sure if he just clicks Heat Wave and it hits both, like there's a chance, especially if it like he lands a crit, like you win the game, kind of thing. But he scooped it up.
Out?
Yeah,
the best out.
He only had Chi-Yu on the field, but it's still an out.
Oh yeah. Oh, so, on game 2, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was game 2
he
scooped
it up. He just scooped it right up, and I was like,
that's rough.
He tilted. Yeah, because he missed an overheat on the Zamazenta, which would have deleted it.
Sure. This. Oh yeah. Okay. It's Focus Sash, so you could have clicked. Wave. I mean, I don't know. It's certainly tough at that point. Like you could try and play it out, and I the 8% of the time would say you should always play it out, and I try to always play it out.
Something could happen. I mean,
something could happen.
I do that all the time in a lot of games anyways. Like, if I click this, things can happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of a sudden you get one big crit or a burn or something, and
it makes a difference. Yep. I wouldn't be too shocked if then it was a tilt or just like a, I don't want to just say like giving up forfeit, but like kind of that then. I mean, I don't know. I'll see. I'll go back and watch that for sure because it was.
I feel bad. Like, so you feel bad for him though, because I mean, you miss 2 moves that are highly accurate. They're not perfect, but they're still. It's not, 50% accurate.
But unfortunately, in this game, if it's not 100%, it's 50%, right? Like it never hits when you want to.
Exactly.
I did have so real quick. I went to a local this past weekend. So in Orlando we had a doubleheader.
You ended up on stream, didn't you?
Yeah, I was on stream. I totally lost. I was entirely not expecting to see Dozo, and the first thing I do, round 1, face a Dozo on stream. I'm like, you're kidding.
Nice.
Miraidon Dozo, which is very fun. Was it? Yeah, Miraidon. But yeah, that was fun. I know I didn't play perfectly because knowing me, you shouldn't be surprised that I picked that team the night before, brought it to, and the first real game I played was on stream. Nice. So I was doing the very Harrison thing.
Yeah, you got a vibe, man. You get a good vibe for something, you just go for it.
Yeah, it was fun. I did like 2-3 for a 5-round local. But even the losses I liked. Like it was good. I felt good with them. None of them so bad. But I had Kyogre, I had Origin Pulse, and one of my game losses was actually swayed because of a double miss on Origin Pulse.
Oof.
Which was just so upsetting. And I was like,
that's on brand for a Kyogre. If you have to click Origin Pulse, like you've probably already lost.
I mean, that's not entirely fair. That just means you've taken more than 30% damage. But I can't really complain because I was so, like, RNG was so on my side. I got freezes. I got some very fortunate, like, blind hurricane hits. And like other things, so I couldn't really complain, especially because like my previous opponent was like watching over my shoulder, which was fine, and I nuked him with RNG stuff.
Nice.
Like he played perfectly, I played, but like RNG was on my side.
So luck is a skill. Luck is a skill. Luck counts. It counts.
I mean, if it wins you games, yes, I guess it does count. Because I guess it can't not count in that case. Whatever. But yeah, he was like, oh no, and I'm like, dude, you saw how lucky I was against you. Like it's karma, just coming back. But it happens. Bad misses happen. So
they do. It's part of the game, and the more you play it, the more you're gonna have. Because the more times you click a move, the more times you're gonna see the random chances happen.
Right. Random.
Yes.
Doesn't actually mean numbers that we know that. If you play the game, you know. But yeah, so I don't know, it was still a fun local, so shout out to the Florida VGC team for doing that.
Yep. It's pretty cool. It's cool they had a production set up and had that going.
No, the pictures, so TJ is the Florida manager for USPA. He's the one that does the Central Florida. He's like the Central Florida TO, and he does these things. I am still mad at him for putting an event on Mother's Day, else I would have been there. But yeah, he's got like bunch of cool equipment that he has set up for a stream, and I'm like, that's very impressive. And like doing the stuff that I do from my desk,
doing it in the wild, like
bringing in that stuff. He's got like 3 stream decks. He's got like a nice audio mixer, like several channel audio mixer. He's got 2 monitors. He's got his desktop on wheels. He brings like it's
nice. That sounds fun though.
No, yeah, it's super fun. Like I would love to do that, and like you can tell that he really enjoys doing it. And he's got like all this stuff set up for like running stats on stuff, and like obviously OBS and stream, like stream scenes set up for it. It's super cool. But it's very very impressive. But yeah, so that was that. But yeah, missing things. Going back to Stockholm here and missing things, missing moves suck sometimes. I get it. If it leads to some tilting, it's gonna happen to the best of us. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's look at some of this top 8, right? So classic game corner BS style. I'm looking through the top 8 teams here. What sticks out to you?
What sticks out? Well, I mean, you got 2 of the same teams.
Actually,
the Zamazenta teams are exactly close to the same.
Was Donald Smith who he faced?
No, they are the same. Yeah.
They're the same.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah.
So
I can remember if one had Iron Defense or not, but yeah. So both the Zamazentas go Wide Guard over Iron Defense.
Oh, is that what they did? Yes. So they're not getting the stack for body press.
Right.
They have body press, so it's protect, heavy slam, wide guard.
But the Chin Pao beside the Zamazenta is really pretty good because you're boosting your body press with it. So, you got your standard little Pelipper doing Pelipper things.
I love that bird. It's a good bird.
The Latios was interesting. So you watched the mirror match?
I watched the mirror match. I think it was between these two.
You could tell they built this team together.
I wasn't sure if they did because I thought they said
you have to if you end up at the exact same spot. So in the mirror match,
had the same lines. They had the exact same.
That came down to speed ties. It came down to speed
times. It came down to there was something else that I thought one of them, I'm guessing Michelle, made a change in the line that made a difference on game 2, game 3 for that one. And I was like, that was, it was.
He went off script and it worked.
It worked. I was so impressed that both of them just stuck to their guns and I was this is the line into my own team. I know what to do.
Yep. Every turn one was just protect, like 4 protects going off.
Yes. Which is great because that means the Zacian that loses the speed tie or the slow Zacian gets to protect next turn if it wants to.
Yep. Yeah.
At that point.
The slowest one gets to protect.
But I just thought that was so much fun to watch.
Yeah. I could feel the stress of the moment. Like I could imagine being in that situation, playing that kind of mirror match, and you're like, we both know exactly what to do against ourselves.
Which, to their credit, again, they followed that line, but also making the adjustment to change something and thinking about that. They must have been thinking about it the whole game, right? The whole 2 matches beforehand or two games beforehand. And like, how do I make a difference? And taking the chance to make that change and it paying off must have felt so good.
Yeah,
like that is wild. So what I'm looking at here, which is interesting, is there's only 4 Restrictives in top 8.
Yeah, I was just looking through that.
2 of each of Zacian, Terapagos, Ice Rider, and Miraidon.
Zamazenta, not Zacian.
I keep doing that. I'm so used to Gen 8.
Yeah.
Shield Doggo, Zamazenta. Well, there's only 2. But that is such, like, those 4 is such the expected 4 right now.
Yep. It is
they're the 4 top restricted right now, unsurprisingly based on what we've seen in the past couple weeks.
It's so weird to me that Ghost Horse though is still just not.
It's not performing.
It just can't that top. But like, I still feel like it's super. But everybody's prepared for it.
There's 4 of them in top 32.
Yeah.
So it is performing. I guess that's probably an unfair statement on my part. It is performing, but it just not cracking top 8. It's still kind of not doing the numbers you'd think it should do.
Yeah.
What's the percentage? I feel like it was 12%.
12%. Yeah.
So not that bad.
Yeah, and 13% on day 1, which is wild because Zamazenta was only 9% on day 1, and 25% of day 2.
That is
talking about a conversion rate. That is a conversion rate right there. Like people were not at this tournament were not prepared for Zamazenta, like at all.
But okay, hold on. Going from 13.3% for Shadow Rider to 12.5%, like it is still technically a negative conversion rate, but not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Like that's pretty actually kind of solid.
Yeah. Well, it's like Ice Horse too. It's pretty much even.
It went up
Terapagos went up just a little bit.
Yeah. So again, that really kind of means that
actually across the board they were all pretty, except for Zamazenta, just changed everything.
Well, yeah, Zamazenta just moved up.
Koraidon was probably one of the worst ones, and Lunala. People bringing in Lunala in this format.
Yeah. Actually, Zacian having the exact same number is pretty funny.
I'm just looking through these things, and I found Becca's team since she likes stall.
Yeah, send me those
go down to number 77, Anthony Miguel. This is your super stally fun team.
Oh my goodness. Okay, this is an Incineroar, a Tinglu, a Toxapex, an Eternatus, Dondozo, and an Amoonguss. This is disgusting.
Click on the paste. It gets better.
The paste. Incineroar, Clear Amulet, Safety Goggles, Tinglu, Black Sludge, Toxapex, sure that makes sense. Terratop Ground, sure that makes sense. Covert Cloak, Eternatus with, what is it?
It's Cosmic Power, so that boosts your defenses. You get Fire Spin, so you have chip damage, and it's Sludge Bomb just for a stab
and recover because screw you.
Yeah.
Those are leftovers with Yawn and Fissure. Rocky Helmet Amoonguss with a very standard Amoonguss set. This is.
But why the clear amulet on Incineroar? I was curious about that too. You have one attacking move in knockoff.
Huh.
Like, unless it was like a typo on the team sheet, and so they just had to run it.
Oh, maybe. Oh,
but, like,
maybe.
I mean, what else are you using knockoff or clear amulet? Like, you don't.
Yeah, nothing else. Nothing else. No. Snarl, Taunt, Fissure, Sand Tomb on Ting Lu. Like, this is gross.
Yes. And a Toxapex, like, just why not? Why not use a Toxapex? It sounds fun.
I do like Toxapex. Cute little Pokemon. That's great for stall. It's better in singles.
They went positive and got points for it. So
I can't believe. Yeah, they're 77 out of that is positive, which is baffling to me.
Also, talking about fun stream matches, Jamie Boyd, day one on stream. If you can catch that,
what happened
with his superior.
there?
His superior.
That's right. He had contrary superior.
Yeah. Yep. Assault vest, and he has a grim snarl with foul play, fake out, fake tears, and scary face. What happens when you fake tears a superior with contrary? Your special defense goes up to. That thing becomes a with assault vest.
That is a special wall.
Yes. Super tank.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
That is some spicy cooking.
There was a lot of Thunder Waves going around too. Just on the stream. So like his Iron Valiant also had Thunder Wave, Spirit Break, Close Combat, Thunder Wave, and Wide Guard. But there was a lot of people running like Thunder Waves on non-prankster Thunder Waves, so you can get them off.
Wait, say again? Oh, against archetypes?
Yep.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah, that like seeing that team on stream and like win on stream was wild.
I do need. I could go find that one because that's.
I think he won. Pretty sure he won.
Fun.
But yeah, that thing, and then you can scary face it too to give it +2 speed.
Baffling. And then you have that is.
But also you get the Grim Snarl, and if your Miraidon's faster, you can start fake tearing things. And it's Terra Ground, so you could fake tears. You could Terra Ground, fake tears, discharge, blow everything up.
Man, that is some cooking.
Yes, it's fun. It's fun.
Is gimmicky as all get out, but
he went positive with it.
He went positive with it. Like it does. People aren't prepared for it. That's what like I want the gall to run like something that is like this gimmicky, this out there, this different to bring it to a tournament and
like a Squawkabilly.
Like a Squawkabilly. Yeah, sure. That's
one beautiful thing about this game is you can
do that.
You can if you have a good grasp of what you're going to be playing, good grasp of the meta, you're able to sometimes slide some things in there, and sometimes the cards fall your way and you end up doing a lot better.
No. The cards do not fall our way. We are not TCG.
The pixels.
The pixels, the math falls your way. The algorithm says yes.
Yes. So sometimes that's all you need. You just need the digitals to work. But I mean, because sometimes because when you get in these kind of formats, it's hard to any format to prep for everything, and so you can have a positive matchup into a lot of things, but you could just be like, okay, well, I lose to this team. Well, then you show up to a regional and you see that team like three rounds in a row.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, this was not my day. That happens.
Unfortunately.
Because you can't prepare for everything. You can prepare, but you don't have enough team spots to have a positive matchup into everything in the field. You just can't do it.
Which kind of feels bad, but like that's just the nature of this.
Because it would be fun if it was, because then what's the point of having anything different?
Yeah. Then you'd have one team. Actually,
you would have one team. Yeah. So you need the checks and balances, and that's what we get, because you're going to see people being prep for Zamazenta now. They're going to be like, oh,
yeah. People are going to think about so going. When's LA? LA is the end of the
25th.
month, so May 25th, right?
2 weeks.
So 2 weeks for people to prep for Miraidon, and Zamazenta
and
bring stuff
Terapagos
and
and Ice
Terapagos
Horse.
and Ice Horse, right? The top 4 right now. Prep for all those, and then bring it to LA. See how that performs, and then you have NAIC in 2 weeks after that.
Yep.
Like, that's wild. Also, the fact
Which
that NAIC
I still expect to see all these up there, but I mean, again, like, would Kyogre surprise me if it did really well? No. Would Ghost Rider surprise me if it did really well? No. Like, because they're restricted, like, they're strong Pokemon. Like, if someone has a good team comp,
it can pull its weight.
Yeah.
I do want someone give me, taste me, send me something, DM me, comment down below, a good Koraidon team, because that's what I want to see. I want to see Lizard Bike do well.
There's
a few.
There's one in day 2 here.
But it has been, unfortunately, just like
it's weird
underperforming.
So to me, it's weird. Like, so you have, they're not weather duo like Kyogre and Groudon, but they're similar. One set's terrain, one set's weather. Okay, they set something. Groudon is like Kyogre; it directly benefits from what it sets. So Kyogre, you get set the rain, so you have water spouts. All your water moves are stronger.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
All your electric, but like Groudon's a ground type, and it sets sun. Like,
yeah, and this is a dragon.
And it has a ground, but it doesn't. All it does is weaken that, and Koraidon doesn't even do that. It doesn't even weaken.
It doesn't even damper electric. Yeah, that's a fair point.
I mean, it resists electric, but it can get blown up by a Draco meteor.
Yeah.
But the sun doesn't do anything for it. The sun just it can enable other Pokemon around it, but
activates its own ability, right?
Well, yeah, it gets a little bit of a boost, but
nothing as direct as helping the actual type that it has.
It doesn't help your stab. It doesn't help any of that.
Yeah, that's a fair point. So it is very, very similar, and it's funny that you pointed out that way. And both Groudon and Koraidon, the Sunsetters, both suffer from this.
Yeah.
I still think, to be fair, that Groudon should be a fire type.
It should. But, well, they did. Primal Groudon is correct. That is what it should be.
That's Fireground. Yeah, that's what it should be. I agree.
Honestly, looking at how the meta's shaped up, they should have just given us the Primals back for this generation.
Honestly, not that shocking. Really kind of should have.
That and sitting around, it's like, we don't even have Xerneas. We don't have Yveltal. Both of them would be fun to have, and
Kyogre doesn't change type, does it?
No, it's still just pure water.
Yeah, okay. I had to think about that. Yeah, she. Yeah, no, I mean, it would be a very interesting field for this.
And I'm still convinced
all of the restricteds.
Yeah. Now, single restricted, I don't think we're going to see too much shakeup. It'll be dual restricted when you start seeing a lot more, because there's still some things I think that are going to be strong that aren't as good whenever they're the only focus of a team.
Yeah.
And the Curums, both of them are black and white, are just stat monsters. They're just huge beat sticks.
Sure.
What else? I mean, the Necrozmas, Dustmane, Dawn Wings, Necrozmas. Lunala, even
Solgaleo.
Yeah, Solgaleo. I don't know if that one, like, without Dynamax, but it's still like, it's got clear body, or essentially clear body. It's can't intimidate it. Got a big attack stat.
I am curious to see what we're gonna see after with dual restricted, and how, with so Worlds is right G, right? Pretty sure. Yeah. So we'll see the top of the top, best of the best teams, for Worlds. Come out of that. With single restricted, we'll see something there, and I wonder, with how the meta is shaping up right now and what we see over there, when we go into dual restricted after Worlds, I'm curious to see like what is going to come or evolve for dual restricted from the single restricted we see at Worlds, right? It's like Terapagos is really good, Ice Rider is very good. My goodness, Zamazenta is really good. And Miraidon's really good, but what pairs well? What pairs with those even better? Or what pairs that aren't those beats other things, right? Like, that's what I'm curious to see. It'll be very fun, I think.
Yeah, and something that wouldn't surprise me if like Worlds and all is it looks a lot like these tournaments. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this just stays insane, but I hope we get, like, people are playing some stuff close to the chest and not bringing it to like these regionals. Because I was just thinking, like two things I haven't seen at all are the origin forms, Palkia and Dialga.
Okay, I was thinking about that. Like, the problem with this right now is they're so hard to get. Like some of these Pokemon to get legitimately is a pain.
Yes.
So I wonder,
have all the games and play through the games and
playing through Arceus to get the origin forms for these Pokemon is gonna suck.
Can you change them to the origin form in Scarlet and Violet?
I
hope so, because if not, that is terrible.
Let's see if I pull up.
But because I mean, their stat totals were rearranged in a good way
for the origin forms.
Yeah. So like, I'm surprised Palkia doesn't. I mean, I haven't looked at much more, but just for what it is, I feel like it would be pretty good.
So yeah, I think so.
You get an item to change them, right?
It's a held item. I didn't know that.
Oh, it's an actual held item?
It takes the item spot. That might be why it sucks.
But I mean, don't even know anything about it.
Yeah, so it's one of the items that when you get a legendary in the game, my understanding is that when you get the legendary, you can go buy these special items from the port
auction.
Port Marinata. So it becomes available then. So if you have Dialga in the game, you can go get Adamant Crystal. If you have Palkia in the game, you can go get whatever that one is.
Lustrous Globe.
I'm sorry?
It's what? Lustrous Globe is the item for Palkia.
What a dumb name.
Water and Dragon type attacks have 1 point. So it's like, so they had their own before, but this just gives it a new form. Oh, it's like Giratina. They made him just like Giratina. Giratina's the same way.
With the cloth or whatever?
It's got its Gracious Orb or something.
Oh yeah, that's an orb. I was thinking so.
Yeah, Dialga's the same way. Yeah, but like, have you seen their stats? Their stats are crazy.
Gracious Orb or Gracious Core? Oh, wait, hold on. That's last gen. This gen is just the core.
Core, yeah.
Interesting. So yeah, they're all the same then. Which I guess, sure, that makes sense. They're all origin form.
Well, their stats are bonkers though. Like,
yeah, let me look. I'll pull up Dialga because it's my favorite.
Yeah, Dialga. I think Palkia is probably better overall, but
you said Palkia is better overall.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at this anyway. So looking at stats real quick. I was gonna say the original form, but that's bad audio. The normal form for Dialga, HP 100. Attack 120, defense 120, special attack 150, special defense 100, and speed 90. Okay, moving on to origin form. HP 100, attack 100, defense 120, same. Special attack 150, same. Special defense 120, so it's swapped those two.
Yeah.
And then speed 90. So that's probably still a better distribution.
Yeah, it's better than the original. Because it doesn't need attack.
Not by much. I wish it did more for the attack.
Speed something.
Yeah, take some attack, put in HP and speed, I'd be happy. Because honestly, 120 in defenses and 150 special attack is very good.
But a Palkia origin.
Let me look at Palkia real quick.
So they did the same thing. They're essentially the same stats, except Palkia has 10 more speed and Dialga has 10 more HP. They set like originals.
Am I looking? No, 20 more speed.
20 more. Oh, 20. No, it's 90, right?
No, it's 100.
Yeah, and Dialga has 90.
Oh, sorry, Dialga.
Yeah,
sorry,
between the two.
Yes.
So what they did with the Palkia is they took the 20 from attack to take it down to 100 and put it into speed, so it has 120 speed.
Yes. Okay, sorry, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes. Concur. Which is fine. Yeah, I mean, that just makes it
It's just faster. Yeah.
And less defensive.
Yeah.
It has less HP, less bulk.
It's got a little bit less bulk, a little bit less HP, but 30 more speed.
We are forgetting the most important part about the origin forms for these two. They're so ugly.
They are.
They are so hard to look at.
So what were they thinking with the Palkia design? I've yet to figure that out. Where's its arms? Does it?
They wanted to. I don't know. I can't even try. It's like so bad.
Like they just stopped it. Like Giratina origin form is cool. Like I love Giratina's origin form is so cool.
They did that. They did Giratina great. They did Dialga and Palkia dirty with these forms.
I don't like they stopped. Did they just stop designing it? Like they just like kind of like we're done.
They took AI and said, what if we mash these two Pokemon together? And they're like, hey, approved.
Take Arceus and mix it with Palkia. Dialga swallowed something and got stuck in his throat. Like
what is hold on? That one. I don't. My gosh, yeah, I don't
like it swallowed its headpiece or something. I don't know. It swallowed a Beldum. Like, like I don't know what's going on with Dialga either. It's weird. Because like I like the originals. Like I like the original. Like I like Palkia's original. I like Dialga's original. And then you get these two things, and it's like what? That's the they don't even seem inspired. They're like they're the same color.
Yeah, they have some similar pieces on the designs, but it is.
Do they even explain it in the game? They don't, do they? They're just.
It's just a fusion of Arceus and these two, but like there's no like good explanation on why it looks so bad.
So bad.
Bad.
Maybe that's justifiable why no one uses them too. Just they don't want to look at them.
I don't want to look at them. Actually, that might be very good psychological warfare. Like, hey, look at what you're facing.
Dude, stare at this thing.
Stare at this thing all game.
Yeah. That's why I set my Cramorant whenever I play right in front, so you got to stare into its eyes.
Oh, your plushie? Yes.
Yeah.
Right there.
Look at it.
And that's baffling. I don't know. Yeah, so all that to say, the 4 restricted at the top right now are doing good, and they will continue to do good.
Yes.
And it'll change eventually. Right, that's what it is. We didn't really go into any other of these teams, even though one is the exact same, so that would literally save us time to do so. But I'm going to say the same thing we say at every one of these episodes. We can talk about it. You can talk your ear off for this, but you should go look at Victory Road, look at the pace, see what looks interesting, watch the streams.
Yep, watch the streams. Really, that way you can get a good feel of how the teams play and something that looks fun. Like there's a Ceruledge, Aurelian Sula, like got 9th place with a Ceruledge.
That's something you don't see anymore.
There's a Melodic at number 10. Like so, there's people doing fun stuff.
There's a lot of centralization, but there's a lot of like. I feel like we're seeing more of those like one-off teams than we have even in.
I feel like you're going to see a lot. I think at NAIC, people are going to pull out all the stops kind of thing for that, and then Worlds.
I wonder if that's true actually, because NAIC is the last chance to get big points.
Yeah.
So I feel like people are going to.
You're going to be ready to try. Some people trying really hard to get that final push.
Sorry, yeah, I see what you're saying. Trying really hard going off meta and like trying to make meta calls.
Yes, trying to make calls like they probably have some secret tech up their sleeve that they've been, working
holding. In the building groups, holding it close to the chest. Yep, doing and all that. And
so if you got the people trying to get their last points for Worlds, and you got the people trying to get the travel allowance.
Yes, and that's what. So I was talking with Becca about that recently. Like there are 4 types of people going to NAIC. You have people who are vying for their invite. They are so close. They are points away, and
they need
want
that 40, 50 points or something. Yeah. Yep.
They need that NAIC with the last push to get points to get the invite. You have people who have their invite who are vying for travel allowance, trying to get the day 2 Worlds invite, all that fun stuff. You have people who have their invite and are just there to have fun and play the game. And might try hard, might not, whatever. And then you have everyone else. People who are just there, us, casually
see friends,
hang out,
see New Orleans, like
go party in Bourbon Street.
And maybe you'll do good, maybe you won't. Who knows? Like whatever, have a good time no matter what.
And you're gonna have fun playing Mons. You're not trying to be in those top tables the whole day. So it'll be interesting to see, how it all plays out. But like it's good to recognize for NAIC being a huge event and the last event of the season, kind of for us. Like to know that hey, I'm here to have fun. Like I'm not trying to win.
You could be there to ruin someone's day, though.
That's what Becca wants to do. Yes. I want to like.
She's an agent of chaos.
I want to do well and have fun and play the game. Like I want to win, right? Like winning is fun.
Yes.
But I don't need to top cut.
It would be fun to do so. Don't get me wrong, but I don't need the points. Like, I don't have that pressure.
Yeah,
I guess is what I'm trying to say. Self-imposed still, but yes, I don't have it.
Which is kind of, it's nice if you not putting a lot of pressure on yourself, and like you kind of keep yourself from getting too upset if you do, miss an overheat or a heat wave or what, so you kind of
double miss an origin
temper
pulse.
that. Yeah, you can temper those feelings some, and you know what, if you want to scrub out at lunchtime, you can scrub out at lunchtime, and
you can do it.
Still have a good time and not be upset the whole time.
Yeah. I mean, that is the name of the game. It is nice that all the ICs are 3-day events, right? So you have that much more time to relax and watch Mons or go explore New Orleans if you want to. Yeah. Okay, let's see. We are actually close to time. I didn't think we'd get that far with Stockholm.
What are you talking about? It's us. We're gonna push it.
Yeah, but I want to talk about other things too. Because it's us.
Yes.
So I want to say that we can check off Stockholm. Check.
Yep.
And the Carolina and
Pagoda
special events. We'll save those for another time. Maybe next week will be fun to look at because there's nothing going on this.
Yeah, there's no weekend. No tournaments this week.
No majors.
Okay.
But
we can talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about those next week, I think, with Mocha. Mocha is not here. Ron's not here because he is prepping, both trying to get work done so we can travel and then prepping for a quadruple header in Canada. Where is that? It's not Montreal, is it? I apologize. Let's see. I can find it real quick. It's in our Discord somewhere. But a quadruple header that he's going to go to and try and sweep some points for. Yeah, that is a level of dedication that I'm impressed with. So,
but he's making he's right at world points now, isn't he?
He's at like 360 in that range. So if he can get some good points this weekend, NAIC will set him up for.
So he's going to be in that try hard category for NAIC.
Absolutely, he is 100% going to be there for points. Trying to get an invite. My goodness, I can't read. Where's self promo? There it is. In Windsor, Ontario. There you go. Is where the quadruple thing is. Is it 4 days? Wait, hold on.
So he's just going there just for.
That's not what I want.
For locals.
Yeah, it's
that's wild.
It is. It is. Oh, it's one a day. Oh, that's even better, more dedication. Yeah, I thought it was 2 events over 2 events a day for 2 days to make 4 events.
That'd be almost worse than regionals.
That would be
because you're sitting in like a little local shop, like.
Yeah. If your shop is not set up for that, that'd be rough. Okay, that makes more sense. But so 4 days though of
4 days for locals.
Hats off to both Rowan for doing it. I'm proud of you, buddy. But also everyone who's going to do this and the TO for doing this. Like, man, you're doing the Lord's work here in a way that I don't think many people could. It's cool though. And so there's that, and also that's why Rowan's not here. I meant to say that at the top of the show, but here we are, 52 minutes in, and I didn't say it until just now. So
well, you had to keep people. So just give. It's just something to keep people coming. To the end of the episode to find out the information.
Or for those of you who are just listening on the various podcasting and not watching the video, you don't see him here. You just thought he was here and not saying a word the whole time. He could have been here.
He's just sitting there brewing.
We should do that one episode. Maybe I should just put a picture of him on the video. I'm not going to do that. I'm way too lazy. But it'd be really funny.
You can replace Bob Ross's face with...
Oh man, that's way too much work. I've become lazy in editing nowadays. Sorry to those of you who've noticed.
So we're looking for an intern video editor.
If you want to
paid intern.
Yeah, if you want to edit our stuff, not get paid, and just for this side, come on in. No, just kidding. Actually not kidding. If you want to do that, let me know. DM me. Anyway, other games. What else have you been up to, man?
Other games. I've been playing some Fallout 4 again.
Ooh, you got back into that? Did you watch the show?
I've been watching. I'm only a couple episodes in, but I was like, so okay, good. So I need to play the game again. You get those like Bethesda. Yeah, they just had to update. You get those Bethesda itches too, where it's just I want to play a Bethesda game.
Yeah,
because they're so good. As much crap as we give Bethesda in the world, like
no,
their
Bethesda
games are so good.
Are really good. I'm actually super tempted because of that same itch to go try Starfield again. Because
it did get updated.
It got updated. Apparently, there's a major update that happened recently, and it made the game a game, and not better than a tech demo. But I also do not want to commit to that.
They shot themselves in the foot so bad with that game. It feels
pretty sad.
They because it was so hyped. It was so hyped, and it's just like this isn't what you told us.
Kind of let down.
Yeah, and like I'm sure it will get updated and be what they said it was gonna be. Like you should have given us that or something close to it at the start.
That is welcome to a whole conversation about the games industry that has been going on for way too long. That's it.
Yeah. Well, like I can understand even if it was just bugs. Like I can deal with a Bethesda game that has glitches and bugs.
Bethesda game bugs are a feature.
Yes,
right?
I can deal with that. But when you don't even have content like that, that's a problem.
I feel like they knew what they were doing with the content, but it was like a decision that they ran with that didn't come to the fruition they wanted it to. Like I feel like they wanted to make this like procedural, like the encounters the way they did, and it just didn't, like, either because technical restrictions or time restrictions, something got in the way. And I don't know, maybe it's better now. I know they did something, and they have like a DLC coming later in the year. I think it's this year. I should also like make things better. So, I don't know.
Maybe.
But
I'm sure it'll be better. I'm sure it will get better.
But Fallout,
great.
You've been playing Fallout.
Yeah, it's such a good game.
Is the update good?
That and Skyrim the games are just good. I haven't done too much of the new content stuff.
Well, no, it was like there's I think some
they had the creators club whatever stuff added to it.
The main thing it was just upgrading it to like next gen, make it look pretty on current hardware.
Yeah, it looks good on PS5. So
you play on PS5?
Yeah,
that was my next question. What you playing it on?
Yeah, PS5. So looks good on it. Plays good. Plays like Fallout 4. If you ever played it before, it's something good just to get back in. It's just a fun game.
Sure. That makes sense.
What about you? Anything?
I have fallen into the trap of Hades 2, which is just such a great Steam Deck game. I'm still playing Stardew sometimes.
Good.
But
good.
Hades 2 is so fun. It kind of fell off Hades in the beginning. Like I played a lot of it on Switch. I got it on Steam. Want to play it on Steam Deck. Did some of it, like trying to stave off not buying Hades 2. Bought Hades 2, and I think I like it better. I think
is it better?
The way that she handles and has like more options for attacks is different.
Okay.
There's a handful of enemies that I just absolutely despise in Hades 2 that suck to deal with what weapons you have. But I'm so excited to see this game get updated and come out in 1.0.
It's still early access, right?
It's early access, but like, from what I've seen and what in the game and what I've seen on reviews online, the game is a very complete early access game. Like it almost
like the original Hades was like that too.
They did the same thing. Yes,
like it was a polished, early access. Like it ran smooth. It didn't.
So I'm curious if other people had this. I've had technical issues on the Steam Deck. I've exclusively played on the Steam Deck. I've not played it on this machine, which would probably have no issue because the spec ceiling on my desktop is probably way higher than Hades 2 needs. Compared to the Steam Deck, which is obviously it is standard though, and it's Steam Deck verified, whatever it is. But like there are some times where it goes from and it's not necessarily like when it gets bullet helly and there's a bunch of things that are on the screen. Something just happens and it just instantly chugs. I'm looking at a slideshow. And I'm like, I have to try and not die while this is happening. And then it picks up again and it's fine. Yeah. But it's happened twice, right? In under a week of playing it. I like maybe 3-4 hours in the game, which is kind of sad. But I need to see if people who are playing it not on Steam Deck have had the same issue or not.
Yeah.
Mike, let me know. Because I know you have about 48 hours. Right? No, he says it on Steam.
Oh, it's still on Steam? Okay.
I think it's only available on Steam right now.
Oh, really? So
yeah, for early access. Okay. I don't think so.
It's only played Hades on Switch, really.
Yeah, and I feel like just because of the nature of the Switch, Hades kind of struggled a little bit. Like it was fine, but I don't know.
I thought
I had
original
issues.
I thought originally pretty good. I didn't have any issues with it. Like I played it with whenever it came out. We played that thing so much. I beat that game.
Yeah, everyone did.
It
was so good. It was still good.
For a roguelike, like just kind of dungeon crawler kind of thing. It's so good.
Very good roguelike game. Yeah, that's me right now. Actually, I've not played Helldivers in like 2 weeks or something since.
Oh, I started playing because I got it on Switch because it was like $7 or something. But I got Knights of the Old Republic to play it again.
How's that?
Good.
Holds up?
It's a good old RPG.
Yeah.
It looks terrible.
Yeah. Okay.
It's old.
But is it good or do you just have nostalgia?
TBD.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll play it some more and figure that out. But I mean, I just, it was always one of my favorite like RPGs growing up. So
that's fair.
I was like, yeah, $7. Why not download and see how it goes? It's a little weird on Switch. I will say that the controls and everything.
Sure. That was great. That's the older. What was that originally on? Was that computer?
I played it on PC, I think.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Oh my gosh, Knights of the Old
Couture. I think it was on everything. It was
BioWare.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, old BioWare games were good.
That's true.
BioWare was good.
It was on Windows. It has been ported to Android, Linux, PS5, Nintendo Switch. So Xbox. It was on the original Xbox.
Yep.
Okay, so they didn't have to add controller support specifically. That makes sense then. Interesting. Anyway, that's fun. That sounds delightful to go back and play an old game. I should do that. I don't know what though. Is that an episode? I think that's it.
I think that is an episode.
I think that's it. Good job, us.
Yeah, I'm proud of us.
Over an hour.
I deserve a beer.
Well, is that your second one? That's you.
Yeah.
I should expect nothing less. Anyway, so thank y'all for hanging out with us for another hour, for taking up your space for a week.
But hopefully we got you through whatever work you were doing. You're doing a great job. Oh, yeah. We're proud of you. Keep it up.
Yeah, what he said. For the same way. Nah, but thank you again for hanging out. Come say something cool in the comments, or answer the question that I will think of in 36 hours to put on this episode of Spotify. Thanks to Rob KTA for our theme song, Goldenrod Game Corner off the Ultra Ball album. You can find it all there. I've been Harrison. You can find me online at row_ixon. And Sheldon, who are you?
I'm Sheldon. Find me pretty much everywhere. Captain Unova. It's Captain_Unova on the Twitterverse.
And together we have been the Game Corner. You can find us at the Game Corner VGC on Twitter. But more importantly, all of our stuff is down below in the link tree. You can find us there. We are, if you've made it this far and you're listening on one of these platforms like Apple Podcasts or iHeartRadio or Amazon Music, then thank you. You've helped our stats on these new platforms that we've just gotten on in the past couple of weeks. Leave us a 5-star review on Apple. It helps us out, of course. Like, comment, subscribe on YouTube, all that fun stuff. I'm just going to keep saying all these content creator buzzwords because it does all actually help. But thank you for doing so and for spending your time with us. And no matter what you decide to play, until next time, press start and game on. Bye!